Aries, welcome to your December reading. We are going to get started with a little bit of a cleansing with some Palo Santo to help us cleanse ground and protect our energy. Remember, if you are not here, that doesn't matter. It's not necessarily the smell or the smoke from the Palo Santo that's going to cleanse your energy, but it is, in fact, the spirit of the Palo Santo tree. I've got a couple different decks that we're going to use today. Of course, as always, the Intuitive Life Coaching Oracle by Kelly Smith. If you are hanging out for the extended reading at the end, we've also got the Romance Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue. And then I've also today got the Pocket Animal Spirits with the Animal Spirit Guides book by Stephen Farmer. We're going to be looking at what animal spirits are coming in for Aries. We're going to just get started first, though, with what is the primary energy for Aries for the month of December. December can be a little bit of a tricky month. It's a pretty busy one. And of course, a lot of the times we're surrounded by family. And you've probably heard me say before, family can be both our greatest source of love as well as our greatest source of pain. So yeah, December can definitely be a tricky month. What's the primary energy that's going to come through for Aries for the month of December, please, Spirit? Primary energy. Okay, you're getting restlessness. So Aries, there's something going on here where you're up in your head. There's a lot of this feeling of anxiety, some overwhelm, maybe creating a mountain out of a molehill, maybe keeping some things to yourself and really ruminating over them rather than letting them out. Whenever the restlessness card comes up, it's a really good opportunity and invitation to go down around water. So I know it's getting cold for a lot of us here in the Northern Hemisphere. We're getting into winter. But if you can go down to a lake, an ocean, a river, a creek, something like that, that can really be healing for you. Healing, water is very, very healing. Of course, you can always get in the water if you're up for cold plunges. Personally, I love to cold plunge. It's such a great way to really, really connect in with your breath. I mean, there's no other choice when you're getting into really, really cold water. The only way to sort of stay calm in that environment is to slow down your breath. And I don't follow anything like Wim Hof or anything like that. I hear great things, but for me, once I get into that cold water, I just slow down my breath, and it really, really helps calm down the central nervous system. But you may want to get into a bath. I really recommend Himalayan pink salts in the bath. I always have a great big bag here in Canada. I get mine from HomeSense, Winners, Marshalls, places like that, wherever you can get your salt in bulk. But I do use Himalayan pink salt, not Epsom salts. There is a difference. And then, of course, with the restlessness card, you can also just be mindful of drinking more water as well. We are primarily made up of water, just like the earth. And this restlessness card is telling me that there is something going on up here that is really calling for you to calm those waters of your mind. This might be a good invitation for you to get into some more meditation throughout the month of December. Again, December can be a month where we're go, 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 do, super duper busy, always on the go, trying to get things done, preparing for travel, preparing for family, preparing for visits, shopping, all of those things. And sometimes we can really neglect ourselves in the month of December. For myself, I mean, I'm hosting a women's retreat. If you're in Ontario, by the way, this is happening just north of Toronto on December the 15th, on the full moon in December. And I'm calling it Find Calm in the Christmas Chaos because I know that this is a month where it can be very chaotic. So this message isn't just for the Aries sun. If you're reading for anywhere in your chart, and we've all got Aries somewhere in our chart, I feel like a lot of us are going to experience this. Okay, so that is the primary energy for the month of December. What's incoming? What is incoming for Aries for the month of December, please, Spirit? Spirit guides, spirit allies, source, our higher selves, please share with me what is incoming for Aries. Ooh, interesting. Okay, the deck just split on me, and what I see here is the generosity card. Okay, what a beautiful month to be generous. Okay, that's going to really fuel your soul. That's going to really be fulfilling for you. How can you give with no strings attached? A lot of the times come Christmas time, we give, and then there's an expectation, like, oh, well, I'm going to buy gifts for my siblings because I want them to buy gifts for me. And we don't say those things out loud, but let me tell you, I've been definitely a part of different experiences where I've bought a gift for someone and not received one back. And it does feel a little bit like, oh, okay, well, maybe next year I won't get gifts for them. For me, I do every year anyways. My family gets a little annoyed. They're like, Jenny, gifts. I'm like, I don't care. I'm buying gifts. I'm getting gifts. I'm making them. I'm buying them. Whatever it is that I do this year, I just want to give because it feels good. And then I've also been in the experience where, somebody gives to me and then I haven't gotten for them. And then I can tell that they're a little frustrated. It's like, well, did you give me a gift just so that I would give you a gift? I'm sorry. I'm not doing gifts this year, or whatever the case may be. You're being called to give with no strings attached. Okay. How can you be generous? December's an easy month to be generous. There's so many people who are in need, families who may not be able to afford a Christmas dinner or gifts for their children. A lot of the times we like to do things for the homeless in the month of December with our family. So what can you do this month? How can you give with no strings attached? That's going to be really fulfilling to you. Can we get some clarification on this restlessness card, please? What else does Aries need to know about calming the waters of their mind in December? Okay, you're getting increase. So interesting that you got the generosity card and now you're getting increase. So you've learned how to manifest, and nobody gives with the intention of receiving back. We were just talking about that. When we do, it feels icky. But when you do give without any strings attached, then the law of attraction, the law of resonance, it does state that we are going to come into resonance with the strongest vibration in the room. We are going to, when we give out, we will have come back that which we put out. And now you're getting the increase card. So you already have the evidence. You know that you can manifest. You have been successful in manifesting things into your life. It could be experiences, it could be people, it could be money. A lot of people are always working on manifesting money. You have the evidence that you're able to do that. So this is your invitation to call in more. I work as a spiritual life and business mentor. Before that, I worked as a fat loss coach and a spiritual alignment coach. And I was always telling people, when you're making goals, the goal that initially comes to your mind, that's the superficial goal that's based on the upper limit that we give ourselves, right? Like, let's say, for example, with your body goal, maybe your goal is to lose 10 pounds, but what you really want is you want to be able to wear a bikini to the beach and feel damn good and feel damn confident and not feel insecure. Well, maybe 10 pounds will get you there, but maybe it won't. We give ourselves that upper limit goal of the 10 pounds because we think that, oh, that's going to make us happy if we just see that magical number on the scale. But it's not that. It's actually the feeling of feeling good and confident. So maybe you've been able to manifest something into your life. Let's say, it's money. Maybe you were able to manifest the money for the trip, but that's not what your soul really wants. Your soul really wants to be able to go on a trip whenever the heck you want, not just when you've planned it with your family, for example. For whatever reason, I'm feeling the need to pull this card on the top of the deck as well, and it's the void. So again, very closely related to restlessness here, okay? The void is all about numbing out. It's all about numbing out. So there's something going on for you this month, Aries, where there's something that's ruminating in your mind here, but instead of feeling it, instead of processing it, you might be numbing out. Numbing out usually comes in something to do with the letter S. So a lot of us know numbing out is to do with substances. So food, drugs, alcohol, those are the obvious ones, right? But then we also numb out with screens. And I feel bad saying this when you're literally watching a screen right now, watching this video, but that's the nature of the game, right? We do numb out with screens a lot of the times. It allows us to disconnect to our feelings, to our emotions, to our higher self, to our soul, and just for a moment, just not worry about that. But what it does is it just causes those feelings, those emotions, that energy, that stuck energy, to then be stifled. And what happens to energy when we stifle it? It turns into dis-ease. Sometimes we experience this in extreme disease like cancer and things like that. We have to feel our emotions in order to release them. So whatever this is causing you to feel this restlessness, the call here is for you to actually feel it. Stop avoiding it. Stop avoiding it. Again, I'm doing this retreat north of Toronto because I know that December is a crazy month of, go, go, go. But if we don't actually stop and feel our feelings and feel our emotions, then they're going to get stuck, that we're going to stifle them. They're going to come out in other ways. They will come out in other ways, maybe explosive ways. So how have you been How have you been numbing out? That's the question for you to ask yourself here. I'm getting old habits. So this is something that you're aware of, something that you know that you have been dealing with before in the past. It's so interesting. All your numbers are matching here too, okay? Restlessness is card number 23. 2 plus 3 is 5. Increase is card number 74. And then the void is card number 4. Old habits is 57. So you've got the 5 and the 7 here. There's so much connectedness happening here with your cards. For whatever reason, I want to stop at this 74. 74 seems really significant. Oh my goodness, I opened it up right to page 7, right to number 74. How wild is that? Okay, Aries, you're getting 74. Stay focused. You're following the right path. Your angels are showing you that your soul contract is aligned with your current life trajectory. Staying focused on your goals is all you need to do right now. Meditate today on an intention that you have set that is close to your heart. Okay, well, if you're on the right path, but you're feeling this restlessness and you're numbing out with old habits, why? Spirit, can you show me why? Why is Aries numbing out? Why is Aries avoiding? Why is Aries falling into old habits? The magic touch. Okay, you know what I feel like? So you've got gifts. You've got gifts. You're able to, you have your own inner medicine. You can work yourself through this, Aries, okay? You don't need anything or anyone to help you with this. You can do this yourself. What I'm really feeling here is there's a little bit of self-doubt, imposter syndrome. There's some imposter syndrome going on here. Like, whatever this path is, whatever your goals are that you've set out for yourself, you're going to reach them. There's no question about that. You're going to reach them. You wouldn't have the desire if it wasn't meant for you in the first place, okay? You have the desire because your soul knows that this is something that is meant for you. What can Aries do to move through this restlessness? What can Aries do to move through this restlessness in December? Karma. Okay, so if it's to do with another person, if maybe someone has told you that, you know, your idea is crazy, nobody's gonna go for that, whatever changes you're trying to make in your life, maybe, oh, don't get too big for your britches, whatever people are telling you, you don't have to worry about this other person, okay? Karma's gonna take care of itself. Karma's going to take care of this for you. You don't have to worry about trying to make things just. You don't have to worry about trying to make things right. You're also getting environment. So I would be super mindful of your environment. I mean, smudge if you're comfortable smudging. If you're not comfortable smudging, maybe find yourself someone who can teach you how to smudge. I get a lot of people asking, well, I'm white, am I allowed to smudge? It is a sacred practice, but if it's taught to you, if it's given to you, then that's perfectly acceptable. We shouldn't be taking other people's traditions, rituals, ceremonies, things like that. We shouldn't be taking things like that. That is cultural appropriation. However, if something is given to us, I've never met an elder that doesn't want people to smudge. In fact, the more people who smudge, the better the overall collective energy will be. So it's actually a really beautiful thing when we all smudge. When you get the environment card, it tells me that there's something in your environment that's keeping your vibration lowered. Most of us do not smudge on a regular basis. Some of you know that, yes, I work as a spiritual life and business mentor, but I am also a shamanic healer. And in shamanism, I train with one of the Peruvian lineages. And in shamanism, a lot of the times they say that North Americans are quite disgusting. And why do they say that? Because we don't regularly smudge our homes. Smudging our homes is just as important as cleaning our homes. So if you moved in and you've lived in your house for 10 years and you've never smudged, that is just like not cleaning your house for 10 years. Like, sure, it might be physically clean, but energetically it's not. Every tear that you've ever cried is still in that home. Every argument that you've ever had is still in that home. Everything is still in there. So this card is calling for you to clean up your environment, not just physically, but energetically. If you're not comfortable with using some sort of smudging agent, which we can use lots of different herbs and plants, of course, sage is the number one, and that's the big guns. White sage is super powerful. We've also got Palo Santo. Some people smudge with like juniper, lavender, things like that. You can also cleanse the environment and the air with bells and rattles. Bells and rattles are incredibly powerful. Sound bowls, if you've got them. And then, of course, visualization. But I think that if you haven't smudged your home in a long time, sage is probably going to be the best thing for you. If you're not sure about all of this, you can always just let me know down below in the comments if you have any further questions. Whoa, that's interesting. Heavenly Helpers is flipped over. Heavenly Helpers was flipped over. So you have guides, you have angels, you have spirit allies who want to help you through this restlessness. Call on them. Call on them. Who are you connected with? We're all different. Some people are really connected with the angels, some archangels. Some people are really connected with their past loved ones. Some of us are connected with nature spirits, you know, animals, plants, trees, flowers, things like that, herbs, like I was talking about earlier. Some of us are connected to gods, goddesses, deities. Whoever you're connected with, call them in because they want to help you. You have intuition. We all have intuition. Maybe your spirit guides and allies are communicating with you through your clairvoyance. Maybe you can see them in your meditations and your journeys. Maybe you can hear them. Maybe your clairaudience is strong. Maybe you have a strong sense or an inner knowing or just a gut feeling that you're receiving messages. No matter what, we all have intuition. So this is your call to connect with your guides. They want to help you in the month of December with this restlessness, with these old habits, with the self-sabotage and the numbing out. You have the magic touch, okay? You have inner medicine that you have access to right now. You can help yourself through this. Clean up that environment. Clean up that environment and don't worry about anyone you're not seeing eye to eye with, okay? Karma's going to come in. You don't have to worry about that. Karma will play out. All right. Any last messages for Aries before we move on? I am going to go into the extended reading. We're going to get a little bit more clarity, but I want to leave you with one last card here. And then in the extended, we're going to do a romance oracle. So for those of you who have questions around your romantic life, we're going to do an animal spirit oracle in the extended reading as well. And then again, just a little bit more clarification. So the final message for you for the month of December, Aries, is spiritual gifts. Once again, you do have spiritual gifts, okay? You do have spiritual gifts. You are receiving messages from spirit. And this is going to help you through this restlessness, okay? December can be a challenging month. December can be a triggering month for many, but you have access to many spiritual gifts that are going to help you through this. Please let me know down below in the comments if any of this is resonating. I hope that you will subscribe. I hope that you'll like this video if it was speaking to you. And if you would like to join me on the extended, you can find the details down below in the comments. The extended reading is available to all Sacred Self-Empowered community members. And as part of the membership, not only do you have access to the extended reading, but we also meet on Zoom twice a month. And there's so many other incredible bonuses that you find out once you join the membership. We'll see you on the extended, and I'll see you again for your 2025 reading, Aries.